I'm Hannable.
And I'm not. This is our Scream review commentary. It includes both the actual review and the original opening that it would be. So this is how it should have been.
Yeah.
Did we not take forever to make it?
Yes.
So please enjoy this, and it will begin now.
I see dead people. Classic, not Hannibal pun there. Classic.
I love writing puns.
What are you doing?
You do have the best faces in this. Like, genuinely, this is like one of the only things
Don't
that
do
we've
that.
done. I watch it again and I really want to laugh at it. It's just your face is so good.
So this was originally released as the intro. It was written as one whole thing, this, and then the entire actual review.
Yeah.
But obviously, because it's massive and we're terrible,
It
this
was mainly me that was being terrible, let's be honest. It wasn't you, it was me.
this came out as a short thing beforehand. Also, that is not good voice acting.
You're doing great voice acting there. That's the best thing I've ever done, hands down. You've had carpet before. So cool. I don't know why, it's just so good. What's up with my hair in this though? It looks really messy. Amazing. Also, this is actually quite nicely shot as well. There's lots of different shots in here.
It's actually storyboarded. You can tell when we
yeah.
storyboard. Sometimes when we really plan ahead and actually do storyboarding, things look nice. So way back when, I wish you said it when it actually happened.
It's a nice noise as
Thank
well.
you. Oh wait, no. Before I carry on with that, you gotta look out the window.
Oh, it's my favourite.
Look at that. Look at that camera angle. Anyway, yeah, when it's cutting to my face and then cutting to the thing, it keeps getting closer and closer ever so slightly.
Yeah, which is always cool. It's funny though, I still feel like when we look back at some of our older videos, we have got better at, you know, filming and mapping out an image and a picture, which is cool.
100%.
Yeah.
This is possibly the best one. I know I said that with the last one.
Everything is possible.
Well, the most recent one is usually the best one, but this
Yeah.
one feels the most round because there are pictures at the beginning. The intro is good, even though it came out as two separate videos.
Yeah.
The overall thing of it, that is a joke. And it exists because you can't spell, which is nice.
Don't tell anyone.
It all works.
Keep it quiet.
I worry heavily that I write these things and they're so bogged down with like terminology and words that it's just a load of garbage and nobody knows or cares and it off-puts people.
No, don't say that. I think it's interesting, and also it means you can like revisit it and be like, oh yeah, there's some stuff there. And also my amazing pictures here that actually look a little bit less rubbish than usual, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, you go. Oh my gosh, look at that. You can always tell some of them actually have like an idea, oh yeah, I'm going to draw this because it makes sense for this, and then some of them you're like, I don't even understand how this connects to the picture, but don't worry, because neither do I. So, I'm joking. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, this kind of connects, had a vague idea of what's going on. And for some reason I'm obsessed with drawing that face with just the line and lines that smell like...
Oh God. I have to apologise again for not just this accent, but whatever that Southern American accent is in a minute. It is just like borderline offensively bad. No harm meant, I can't do my own voice, let alone other people's voices.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, that's me. Yes, I'm doing this voice. Also, that scarf's looking good. That's a good outfit for you.
It is not. Although my hair looks exactly the same there as it does now.
It does actually, which is quite funny.
There I am.
It talked about it on the radio. Wow.
I can't talk voices!
That's very... When you say white, it's like my white mask. It's amazing.
It's garbage. However, the idea is interesting. The idea is interesting.
The idea is, I
That's
just want to
all I
mention
got.
my hair's looking a lot neater here.
There's a banana.
Right, now originally I wasn't meant to wear this mask, but basically, so, not Hannibal wrote this, I didn't write this. Scream 1, Mr. Black, Simpsons there. And I can't actually remember lines when I haven't written them.
And also I write in long jargon-based terminology that nobody understands.
I say I can't remember lines, which is really awful. What I mean is I hadn't tried to learn. So basically, I've recorded all this speaking after an amazing long time of having mental breakdowns of not being able to say anything in a big long go that we needed. So I ended up reading them all over, and then we're playing it in the background while I've got the mask on, pretending to speak along with it. So going...
Also, you would tell because you would hear the if you actually had the mask on.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that reason.
As well.
So let's start with the origins of this. This took 16 months, and I don't mean that as in we worked for 16 months, because that's just not true, and it sounds like we put a lot of effort into it. What it means is, I wrote this in July of 2016.
15. 16?
16. 2016.
What year are we in?
I don't know. And then, oh yeah, somewhere on the board here is my naff reference to the Mentalist killer. The actual killer that they decided to curve away from because they wanted to surprise people.
That really stressed me out.
Like,
it's like, hey, I've got this great plan. Oh, people kind of guessed where it's going.
Yeah, so we just won't do
it. And make it rock. Mentalist got so bad.
Mentalist got a bit naff. Where was that? 16 months? Yeah, sorry. I wrote this into July. And it was a whole thing, and it was going to be this massive thing, which it is, only we couldn't film it quick enough because we're really bad at getting everything done. So we ended up doing just the intro part as like a teaser. Yeah, all 12 views.
That's the best picture I've ever drawn, by the way.
Is that your meme drawing?
That's my meme drawing.
Super. And then we waited for most of the year saying, oh yeah, we'll carry on doing the rest for the next Halloween. And then we ended up panic and rushing to do the whole thing in about September of...
Sorry, we've got to pause. Did you hear how this girl got killed this morning?
This could be the best face I've ever pulled.
Does my lipstick look right? It's easy to argue.
Fresh Prince. No, literally, that's one of my Halloween wigs, by the way. It just, it's so funny.
That face is the only face that will make me laugh regardless of anything.
Does this look good to you? Oh, it's so wonderful. Also, I know it's already happened ages ago, but one of my favourite bits of this is when you went with no highs, no lows, and for some reason I kept doing this, like, movement, and it was just so fun.
Oh no. I forgot about this completely. Okay, so this, as it's going to talk about, is Doogie Howser. Obviously this isn't Doogie Howser music. This is me listening to Doogie Howser about 3 times and then making some trash up on a keyboard and hoping it sounds vaguely in the style. I think it's kind of similar. It's not great, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Solid,
Took a
solid.
stab at Family Guy. It's It's all good. It's all good. Who cares?
You've got to take a little stab at Family Guy as often as you can.
Dear long time viewer. Who am I kidding?
And all of that was edited together the old school way of literally frame by frame.
Oh yeah, because
we don't.
you can't
Yeah.
film the screen, so I've literally gone letter, screen cap, paste, letter, screen cap, paste.
And then I edited the timing and put the sound at the top of
Which
it.
is so unnecessary. Like you'll see that, especially like in the Cliffdale cassettes, like that happens as well, and it will be like, equivalent to maybe like 2 seconds worth of footage, and it took like 10 hours. I'm joking, not 10 hours.
Each one of the pictures for the Scream 1, Scream 2 is a weird version of the original
Oh yeah, the like original
DVD covers
posters.
or posters, I forget which. I don't know.
North by Northwest.
North by Northwest.
Some of these pictures, I'm actually sorry, it's when I slow words. Which I do a lot. I didn't realise. You don't realise how much you slow words.
Don't enunciate.
I don't enunciate until you actually present something, and then you listen to yourself back, and you're like, what was that? Disgusting. But yeah, no, I'm actually really happy with some of these pictures, especially looking back on them. They're not too bad. So yeah,
they're alright. I'm going to apologise again because you'll be able to see our faces vaguely, but I'm looking more at the screen to watch it than I am at the camera. Sorry about that. That's just how that goes.
I don't know what this was. I had a weird thumb up that had the finger out as well. Hey. But I don't know, I suppose it's a good thing because we're going to be in the top of the screen, so we're going to be looking down, the video and stuff.
We should probably talk about actual behind the scenes things.
Oh, let's talk about some
behind the scenes things, such as this. I'm really upset at this because, like, as a set piece, I'm quite happy with it, but there's a part coming up in a second where I should have labelled the door for, like, geography. This cut, though, this cut's fabulous. There's only 2 of us in the entire thing, so I'm holding the camera prior to you walking past, and then it cuts to a separate shot of you filming me. But it looks kind of like the same thing. Right, I don't make it clear where the bathroom is. So she's going into the bathroom now, and then he's falling outside the bathroom, or toilet, whatever, wherever we are, America, England. So I should have had it there. But obviously, because it's in the same room, this is inside the toilet.
Yeah.
So we needed to make that clear. I don't think it works very well.
No, probably. Yeah.
And then this is out.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
Or we could have just had you falling by the in the porch bit where
that would have been horrible because the lighting there.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
But yeah.
But also, sorry, there's the bit where I go, which we then use in another video, I think later on for slow motion big eyed.
Do we?
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
I think so.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm just like
the conspiracy one.
Yeah, it is a conspiracy one. Amazing.
For example, Mickey is in 2
Well, drawing. Sorry to toot my own horn there. That's some solid.
All drawings by Hanable. I can't draw.
I'm not good at drawing, by the way.
I also can't write because this is where we are.
What are you talking about? Self-deprecation's not good, people. Tell him no. I mean, whenever we do these, I still think I worry there's too much of me talking to camera.
Yeah, and I worry that I'm saying things that are too just elaborately like, oh, he thinks he's all smart with his words, and that's not what I'm going for.
No, I don't think so, because I think maybe the problem is that when you are involved in a certain part of the production, you always see problems in that part. So I see problem in my presenting because it's myself. Not Hannibal, sorry, sees problems in the writing because he wrote it. But it's a lot easier to be objective when you are disconnected from that
Quite
part, if that makes sense.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, be on the lookout for anyone with the name Arthur or Kimberly. Okay, we can stop this.
This is so stupid, this whole part of the film.
Madam, sir. Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, why did they try this?
I don't know. Also, the script is in my hand for obvious reasons.
Which is hilarious. Sometimes I think they actually just got bored as like writing it. They were like, look, the like killer wouldn't be able to do it, so let's just stop. Okay.
Jump cuts!
Well, it wasn't that interesting pause. We still haven't worked out how the camera can record longer than 10 minutes because I'm lazy and I just can't be bothered to Google it. I don't know why.
Plus, it makes for easy editing, so who cares?
Like, oh, it's all intentional. It's not lazy. Oh, you look at that. Look at that hand there that doesn't look like a hand, but it's so good at the same time. That was just me ripping off like Scary Movie there. Hey, what are you up to? You know when they talk.
Yeah, and his face changes.
Yeah.
And everything.
That film.
This is a bad joke. So when I wrote this, it was when that whole thing was going on with.
Oh yeah, the Samsung
Yeah.
like, phones were exploding and
Yeah.
overheating and causing damage.
And I didn't want to reference it outright due to dating, but it's dating the video, obviously. And it's just such a naff joke to be like, okay, so we've got the thing with the phone, how can you double down on that and just have somebody getting hit with a piece of machinery? No need to explain the joke, it's a bad joke.
No, it's a bad joke. I think it's great. And my favourite is my acting in this because I go, wow, technology sure is dangerous. And then you want like the theme tune and be like, what have we learnt this episode? It's amazing. Oh look, there's me without the mask on.
Because you're
I'm
reading the script.
I can get away with it. It's like
Because it's
hey.
Scream 3 and it's meta, we figured this made sense.
Yeah. Also, a great excuse. Basically, I just need to be able to see what I'm doing. The issue is, so when I write something, I naturally write it how I would say it, if you know what I mean.
I write
So
it like
thick,
a
I'm
thesis
sorry.
for Captain Pretentious.
No, you don't.
So it's
Your way of-
unreadable.
Your way of structuring a sentence and stuff is very different to how I do it.
Why is my voice? I'm sorry for all the voices. I think I apologise in the credits as well when
The
I put
hair
in the
on that
credits.
is just, it's top notch. So look at that scarf. That's the best scarf I own.
All of this is made on a budget of 0. As you can tell, it is made by 2 people with no budgets and very little time, minus the 16-month time period. It's just all garbage.
That was so great though. I feel like we should have doubled down on it more and just carried on. Cut, like 50 million versions of ourselves. Been wonderful.
Gotta know when not to kill a joke.
I'm just terrible because I'm always like, you know what? There's Hannibal, there's not Hannibal, there's Fannibal, there's not Hannibal, there's Hanable. Let's throw even more people into the mix. It'll be so great.
That's a nice picture.
Oh,
Not
thank
the
you.
one before.
Oh, thank you.
Not that that wasn't.
Stop stealing my identity.
Which then
And
became a video of its own.
Man, just predicting the future here secretly, that's all it is. But,
This carries on the trend of you not knowing how to say people's names. Williams is.
look, names are really difficult, okay? Words are really difficult because if I don't... Right, I'm really stupid. So basically, if I haven't heard someone speak a word out loud to me, and then I read it, my brain just goes, you know what? Make up how this is pronounced. We don't know. I literally need someone to come up to me and go, you pronounce it like this? And I go, oh, okay, well that's how I'm going to say it then.
We could have looked it up. We chose not to.
We chose not to. For funniness. So hilarious. Funniness. I'm so funny. Right, always. This board looked well nice though.
It does.
They got Sharky
Oh,
on there and
this.
everything.
I think we went past it ages ago as well. A really, really bad. There was the guy. Brett Partridge did it. That's the guy from.
Yeah, Brett Partridge. I'm still sorry. Let's not mention them in like
No, we
five
don't
times.
again. No, again.
Mention them.
This is. I'm happy with this acting.
You did some good acting. You did. This was great. You
want a killer that is like frustrated to be the killer. It's like, this is just my role in life, man. My 9 to 5 job.
Gotta do it. There hasn't been a film, right, where the serial killer is actually just annoyed to be. You know, it's always just like, oh my gosh, I love murder. And I'm
It's
sure.
a terrible, terrible
No,
notion.
I think it'd be great. Just like, oh, I'm so stressed. I bet there is a film where the guy's just like, oh, just have to do these murders. So, oh, I like the sci-fi fancy reference. Wow. See, I do a lot of this as well. Whenever we're speaking, I'm just like this. Also, it's so funny because literally the other day we were watching
The most recent CinemaSins for
for
Halloween,
Halloween,
where
where
they
they talk about
go through
it.
this entire thing. Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. Well, I think you were more amused because I
Of
was
course,
just
because we did it first, and it means nothing.
like, I'm sure it's happened before.
Oh,
on these
100% people have talked about it before. It's just
Exactly.
the fact that we've just seen it now, and it's been trivia on IMDb for
Yeah,
the longest
exactly,
time.
exactly.
So who cares?
You know, what we can say is maybe we stole it before. Sorry.
It's the 90s.
Oh, 90s? I don't understand why everyone's like the 90s is coming back in fashion as like people are starting to reminisce about the 90s.
Because
please don't.
Nostalgia is the
awful.
now. It's half of what this video is.
Yeah, I
We got to a
suppose.
point now where everything's so meta and inside itself that we live through nostalgia of references. It's
Yeah.
everybody's saying, "Oh man, I'm so old." Here's a throwback to
am
last
old.
week when I did something. It's like, what is wrong with you? You're
But I am,
12.
I'm
Shut up.
so old. I think the problem is that I was in the 90s. And again, I was young. I don't remember a lot of the 90s. But I feel like America's 90s, or at least what the media, you know, like in films show as America being the 90s, is a lot more interesting than England in the 90s.
No, we had Britpop and Brit art. Things kicked off.
It was disgusting. The 90s was filled with tracksuits and boy bands. And they weren't even cool.
weren't even.
They weren't
Did
even.
boy bands have a chance of being cool?
No.
No.
But do you know
Boy
what I
bands
mean?
are back,
It's
man.
just- they are
J-pop,
back.
K-pop, they're back.
Yeah, but they're cool.
No, they're not.
I like them.
It's more of the same.
But-
I have
No,
I'm indifferent.
I think it's just because I was small and maybe remembering things badly. I don't know. I thought actually the real issue I have with it. This is completely off topic. I'm so sorry.
It's almost
Is
as if we
that-
don't have enough information to fill 18 minutes of
It was a
talking.
while ago. No, so
Or
basically.
enough stories.
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, let me tell my really boring story here. Okay, it's really super boring. I'll be really, really quickly. I'll be really, really quickly, be really, really quick. So, this is based on, I've told you this before, it's like an article that I read when they were talking about that during the 90s in, like, Britain, there was a little bit of a negative reaction towards things that would be considered sci-fi fantasy related media. So, for example, there's the TV show Ultraviolet that came out in the 90s that only lasted one season. And if it came out sort of now, or even in like the mid 2000s, it would have been a lot more popular than it was then. And there was almost like a negative, especially on like, whenever I talk about like British media, I'm usually talking about BBC, ITV, sort of Channel 4. So stuff like and Space, they got sort of cancelled and got rid of, and they weren't considered to be like cool. But then starting in the early 2000s, I feel like for me, you know, and there's maybe like yes, like Lord of the Rings came in, and you had stuff like Doctor Who coming back. I feel like it became more of part of mainstream media and wider, easily accessible, and the internet started taking off and blah 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 blah, like more people had access to it, so you kind of had more things that I enjoyed. So if anything, I was in the 90s there was a bit of a drought of that kind of media, which is the media that I kind of enjoyed. So like at school I'd be like, hey, did anyone see like this Doctor Who rerun, or did you see Farscape, or were you watching Star Trek last night? And everyone's like, no.
Can I steer
Please,
it back
go
at some
ahead.
point? We've just
Go ahead.
missed so much of the video. In this video I talk about Sartre too much, again, and that's not a
Sartre
thing.
is the best,
It's a
though.
thing we talk about too much. I've forgotten half of what passed in the video. The thing with glass was interesting. I found that to be an interesting point. Haven't heard anyone make that point before about glass,
No, I don't think I have either.
but I'm sure it exists. I think it's interesting. And this also has a throwback to last time's Halloween. I'm pointing, you can't even see my finger. Last time's, well, the video's here somewhere. Last time's thingy with the blades of grey.
Oh yeah,
Nonsense.
it does. I go, shh.
Here it
It's
is.
also good. 50 blades of grey. That's such a good noise.
That sound is made by taking one of those, you know, you have the images that when you tilt it slightly, it's two different pictures,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
just put your fingers across it and
Nice.
it makes that sound.
nice.
Half the things I talk about in this, I talk about here. This was not a good commentary, I apologise. I do not feel this is like a...
No, this has been a great commentary.
I do not
because
feel this is
I've
our best
talked
work.
too much about nonsense. I'm so sorry. We could continue a little bit if you want. Actually, mention some more stuff. See you next Halloween, where I don't do anything.
Is there anything that you want to say about the video on top of this, or are we wrapping up?
There was. I liked the picture where it was like murder this way with the shadow. I felt like I did some good work again there. Let me toot my own horn. It's like all I can talk about. Mainly, this is not Hannibal's work, and it is a wonderful piece of work, and he should be prouder of it because it is great, good quality stuff. I liked it. I would subscribe.
I wouldn't. Thank you very much for putting up with this.
Thank
If you
you
got
so
to the end,
much.
I imagine you didn't.
I'm so sorry about my ranting about nonsense.
Have a lovely day, Halloween, life, etc.
Yes. Have a spooky one. And maybe you should totally watch my short horror video, The Door, which is
Really good.
totally not awful.
That's really good.
You can laugh at my bad acting.
She did a really good job. That was
No.
all her. I had nothing to do
No.
with it.
It's awful, but check it out. Maybe watch this video again. I don't know. Watch the Scream commentary. The Scream commentary, the actual Scream video.
Yeah, watch the Scream video. I'm sorry this wasn't better.
I'm gonna watch it again because I'm like, I don't remember this. This is great.
Shall
What?
we say goodbye now?
Let's say goodbye.